In the recently concluded UN Human Rights Council's special session on Sri Lanka, the bipolarization of the world and the emergence of a new world order came to prominence. After utilizing the war on terror doctrine of the West to their advantage, Sri Lanka has now moved away from its attached strings, which is the Western value system. The Sri Lankan representative Rajiva Wijayasinha had a lot to praise their allies China and India for their unconditional humanitarian assistance.
Are represented by us today. It is also important because we have recognized the importance of our friends who have understood our situation and have helped us. Of course, I have to make it clear that they have also helped us on the basis of principle. The principle of universal values, not just Asian values or African values or European values of the 21st or 20th or 19th or 15th centuries, but in terms of universal values. They have asked us, and I think rightly so, to address certain issues that are of enormous importance, which we have tried to address and which we need assistance to address more fully. Firstly, there is the question of the condition of the people in our camps. They had suffered a long time, and it is our duty to give them not only minimal standards, but decent standards. In this respect, let me say that if anyone would like to go to the camps, the gratitude of those IDPs is extended particularly to governments such as those of China and India who have given unstintingly. Any IDP will tell you that the best tents are those that the government of China gave us recently. The best relief packages were those given by the government of India. And it is that type of generous giving for people who have suffered that we appreciate.
He sent a message to the Western countries that Sri Lanka would accept assistance from the West, but not their value system on human rights.
At a meeting chaired by His Excellency the President, local NGOs made the fact that they were being squeezed out by a system that had been put in place. The Deputy Head of OCHA, with whom I had a long discussion, said that perhaps they had been approaching Sri Lanka in the wrong way, thinking that we were helpless. And I think our local NGOs have made it very clear. They had a discussion with Sir John Holmes in New York last week, and when he was in Colombo, he said it had been very helpful, and he understood our concerns. Mr. President, we need to build our own capacity, and we intend to do so. We would welcome the assistance of the UN, but we need to monitor and make sure that there is not a cascading effect of people who are making money from us. We want NGOs who bring aid, and many have done a wonderful job. But we also don't want people sitting around begging for the crumbs from the rich man's table that should go to our poor citizens, not the NGOs who have done subcontracting and subcontracting beyond belief. Access, of course, we will provide, and we have been doing so, and we intend to continue with it.
In essence, the Western countries have been abused by Sri Lanka as much as it wished, and are now being snubbed. Richard Anderson, Wed News Service, Melbourne, Australia. After last week's success with the Human Rights Council resolution, has Sri Lanka become immune to any future course of action on its human rights violations? Watch this channel.
These wretched people were trying to live in. To the south, out of the shot, is the sea.